coming up.
And you can see already that it starts getting like shinier, smoother, it's not as tacky.
When you eat pasta, I'm pretty sure you don't think about the calories burned. That's probably because you haven't made yours like this. Join us for a pasta making masterclass and taste test. Coach Dan Palacios is back with another simple yet challenging movement to help you loosen up while building strength. Plus, the latest in medical research and a simple scan that could be life-saving. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. We've got a show full of our usual SoFlo Healthness today, but we also know that it's crazy hot outside and we've mostly been avoiding that throughout the summer by staying inside. But if you do want to get outside and you're looking for somewhere to go that you can get some outdoors time without exactly roasting, then we recommend that you check out Dr. Von D. Meisel Eula Johnson State Park, where we've been actually, I think 6 years ago now, right here at the Barrier Island Trail. And it's a beautiful leisurely walk that you can take. And it's also something that's completely covered. Of course, there's a little sun that gets in here and there, but it's definitely a lot cooler walking around through here than it is out on the pavement. So walk with me and keep watching SoFlo Health. This is Dojo, and we are at the dojo for kinetic training. This is Dan. He is the lead instructor here at Kinetic Training at Family Farms. He's been with us for a few weeks now, showing us some different movements you can do at home that are simple, that you simply just need a band for, or some body weight. So today's a little of a combination of two. So what are we doing with this?
So, as usual, band is really mobile, deployable, efficient, effective, and if we know how to implement our principles of training properly, then we can get a lot out of using something as simple as this or just body weight. And what we're gonna go through today is what we call the royal coil. For a banded coil, royal coil, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right foot forward. We're gonna reach our left arm way up in the air, and you're gonna drive your right elbow into your hip about as hard as you can, and feel that stretch running all the way down. Now, if we add the band to that, relax for just a second. So you're gonna hold.
Even with nothing, it feels like a lot.
So same exact movement, just stretching that band out here, as you pull down on the right against the band. You're gonna drive this left hip and glute forward. And then what we can do here is actually wind this back. So keep that stacked there, but wind back, 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 back into external rotation on the shoulder. Now we're getting this entire right side nice and tight and shortened up and contracted while this side's loosening up. He's still holding. So relax, rest, and switch sides. So we're gonna really drive this side up and over. Wind this left side back, and as you do that, you're gonna drive that right hip forward, squeeze your right glute. And part of what we're getting here, again, is a stretch on the left, a deep contraction on the right, but we're also getting this fantastic stretch all the way up the anterior side here. There's tons of benefit to doing this as a body weight exercise, but then as we've done in the past with like the landmine and the dumbbell work with the coiling core work, you see that there's a way to add load to that that now becomes really transferable to the field of sport or to contact sports in particular.
If people want to learn more about this stuff, how can they?
Well, head over to livekinetically.com. You can find my contact information there. I'm also available on YouTube as Kinetic Training or Live Kinetically on Instagram and all the other social medias as well.
Dan, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Dojo the Cat's doing a great job.
Always staying relaxed.
And head over foot all the time.
All the time.
The treatment of cholesterol is changing as you know it. I'm here joined by Dr. Kurian at SoFlo Health on the set of the SoFlo Longevity Podcast. And speaking of Dr. SoFlo, let's hear from him on how the cholesterol landscape is changing.
The idea of cholesterol really came to us around the 1960s, where we actually found out that there were this little particles that were going around our circulation causing atherosclerosis or hardening of the arteries, whether it be for heart attacks or strokes. Now we have these two new particles called Lp(a) or LPA and ApoB. Those two particles are actually the problem. So we need to find drugs that treat that, because it's not how much you're smoking, how much you're drinking, how much you're exercising in those case scenarios. It's just elevated because of your genetics. So until we can actually change the genetics, we've got to treat those molecules.
We heard from Dr. SoFlo on how those two metrics are something we kind of knew about, but weren't really taking much action on. The research you're doing is helping support that and find solutions to this problem. So what do you do to find this research or get these results?
Now, what we do at USRX Trials is we get access to the latest technology, the latest treatment protocols that are going to be the mainstay treatments used 2 years from now, 3 years from now. For us right now, we're most interested in cholesterol and the newly emerging Lp(a) indication. That's going to change the way we treat heart attacks and cholesterol in the future.
And what can people do to take some action in, say, this area of cholesterol once these results are out there?
Well, the easiest thing I can tell you is go ask your doctor about Lp(a). If you haven't been tested, get that tested and find out what your numbers are.
Is there anything else you'd like us to know?
You can find us at usrxtrials.com or even contact us here at the SoFlo Health Institute.
Doctor, thank you so much for your time. Let's send it back over to Dr. SoFlo to learn a little bit more about Lp(a) and ApoB testing.
So great institutions like the University of Miami and some of the other university systems have often partnered with community practices like the SoFlo Health to make sure that whatever the brilliant things that they are coming up with at these academic institutions are actually brought out to the community, and that's what SoFlo Health has dedicated itself to do.
Pasta. Do I have your attention? Good. Come right back to make fresh pasta with us when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke. We're at Dr. Von D. Mizell Eula Johnson State Park, which I know is a mouthful, but this used to be John Lloyd Park actually, and what hasn't changed is this Barrier Island Trail that we're on right now. And as you can see, it butts up right against the mangroves, which are naturally occurring here. Along the trail, you'll see different hardwoods, you'll see wild coffee, 7-year apple, all sorts of different plants and life that you can learn about if you just take a moment and read along the trail. Keep watching SoFlo Health. We're at Pasta in Wynwood. This is Chef Luis, and we're getting right to the pasta, and we'll tell you more about the restaurant. So, Luis, where do we begin?
So to start, for our regular
Should I be doing the same thing that you're doing
base
here?
pasta, yes, please. So this is 00 flour, it's Italian flour. So what we're gonna do now is like create a little well, and we measure the egg whites and the egg yolks separately. So now we're gonna dump all of our wet ingredients at the bottom. So once you get to that point,
Okay.
you're gonna start picking it up and just like chopping it up a little bit, and then we're gonna start kneading the dough. I'll recommend like 10 minutes of kneading. Like here I can start already feeling that the dough is really tense. I can see it because
And that's what we're looking for?
I poke it and it comes back out. When you let the dough rest, always put it in a
Bag.
in a container or a bag so it doesn't create a crust.
Give us a second.
You're done with it, you just put it in the flour. So if you're doing a bunch, you can just portion it out. Now that our doughs are well rested, you can poke it again, and you can see that it's not gonna come back.
Oh yeah.
And what we're gonna do is give it a second knead. It's ready to use. We just have to let it rest.
So what's next?
So this is the second important part of actually making a good pasta, is just laminating the dough. Here is just cut it into slices like this. I go through in the thickest setting, and I create this little shape over here. So what I'm gonna do now is just pass it twice on each setting. So once we get to this thickness over here, we have a good length. I'm gonna measure, I use my hand, you can use a ruler, the width of my machine, like this. Go like that, mark it, and I start folding it, open up the setting again, and I pass it again. And you can see already that it starts getting like shinier, smoother, it's not as tacky as the beginning. I pass it one more time, and we're all set. And now that we have a sheet of dough, we can check it. But first I gotta put some flour, same flour we use for the dough. And we're gonna put some semolina. So we're gonna cut it into sections of 28 centimeters. We're gonna put one on top of the other. And once we have this, we're gonna fold it in half, like that. Now we're gonna do pappardelle, since that's what we're gonna eat with our ragu. I like to go like 2 centimeters thick. Gonna go like that. And then we have a little pappardelle. So now we're gonna go to the kitchen and cook it. Actually,
All right.
cook it.
meet us in the kitchen in a little while, and then we'll get to taste it. I think Warren Buffett was the one who once said that the best time to plant a tree was about 20 years ago, and the next best time is today. And the same could be said about a health scan that could possibly save your life, which is why we came to Life Imaging Florida here in Deerfield Beach. We recently met the CEO and founder, Tom Graham, at their Coral Gables location, but now we're in Deerfield Beach to learn a little bit more. So let's head inside and find out more about these life-saving scans. Tom, good to see you again.
Hey, Hunter, good to see you, man.
How's everything?
Oh, it's good, good, good.
So tell us, how are things here in Deerfield Beach?
Well, it's truly amazing. You know, the life-saving stories go on and on. We've been very busy. We're scanning literally 50 people a day in each location, so it's very exciting. We're so happy to get this information out to the community. It's so important to everyone. These life-saving scans, everybody needs to know about it. Everything is read by a licensed radiologist, a doctor, and these reports come to everybody within 24 to 48 hours. It's truly amazing, the process.
Yeah, so the whole process is quick, and I'm glad that you said 7 minutes, because I think when a lot of people think of these things first, they think it's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be a whole thing. I got to go to the hospital. Why is it different here?
Well, MRIs are what take forever. People have been on MRIs. I've been on them. You know, you're on a machine for an hour, hour and a half. CT's not like that. It's an open donut. The machine feeds you in and out very quickly. And CT is very thorough. We don't miss anything. We can see the smallest of nodules on lungs, kidney stones. I mean, we find a lot of things that people just don't know they have.
Well, Tom, instead of talking about it, let's go take a look.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Call for your free heart scan valued at $699 with a few minimum requirements.
Okay, this is our General Electric CT scanner, state-of-the-art, low dose. This is the machine that captures all the images of our patients when they come through.
Yeah.
As it scans, it's creating 3D images of the organs. It's very thorough, very precise, and very quick.
I learned of life imaging, and I made the appointment for my wife and I. The scan process was very quick, very easy. Once I got my results, it was recommended that I go see my cardiologist. Now, I was very surprised at the results. I did not expect my score to be so high, but without a doubt, it was the first step in saving my life.
And what other sorts of diseases and scans can you do here?
Well, we do brain scans, which is very important, right? So we can do the brain scans for people. The heart scans are about blockage in the arteries, and we can see any kind of blockage in the arteries if we have a little or a lot. And we do something called a virtual colonography, which is pretty amazing. Instead of going in and getting sedated and spending a half a day or a day in a hospital, our virtual colonographies take a look at the colon, and we look inside and outside of the colon. They only take 12 minutes, and there's no sedation. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So people really like that, and they want to come in and get like a full body scan, a brain scan, a virtual colonography. We call that our total body solution. It's very effective, and we can study the whole body.
How can people find out more if they'd like to?
Yeah, you just simply dial pound 250 on your cell phone, say free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds.
Great. Well, Tom, thank you so much for what you're doing. We're really excited to see this technology becoming more available to people.
Well, thanks for getting it out to the community. People don't know you can do this, so it's important people are aware this is even available today.
Tom, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, Hunter.
You got it. We'll taste that pasta we made and learn more about Pasta, the restaurant, after the break on SoFlo Health.
You can watch SoFlo Health anytime you want with the new Local 10 Plus Platinum app. Watch SoFlo Health on your smart TV or your smartphone with 48-hour replay and higher quality video playback. And the best part is, it's completely free. Download the Local 10 Plus Platinum app and start streaming SoFlo Health today.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. I know you're probably thinking, what are you doing walking outside? It's so hot. And you're absolutely right, but I chose to come out to Dr. Von D. Mizell Eula Johnson State Park's Barrier Island Trail, where we've been walking all day, because it is an area that's outside, lets me get a little nature in, but it's not quite as hot. It is hot, don't get me wrong, but I'm not torching because I have so much tree cover here from all of our natural wildlife that's preserved here. One thing I didn't consider, which you might see flying around my face, is there's a lot of bugs this time of year. So it's not to say that you shouldn't come out here, but if you do, maybe bring a little bit of bug repellent and enjoy yourself. Be ready to sweat, but you won't have to roast in the sun. All right, I'm gonna get away from whatever mosquito or thing or gnat is trying to get at me. You keep watching SoFlo Health. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. We're back at Pasta in Wynwood, and if you missed the earlier portion of this episode, I'm sorry, because it was pretty cool. We put the pasta together with Louis, who is just over here. In fact, he's right there. And he's gonna cook the pasta that we made earlier. So, Chef Louis, what are we doing next?
So right now we're gonna cook the pappardelle we made.
Okay.
With a very, very, very good beef cheek ragu. So it's just gonna cook it real quick, 1 minute. So right now, this is really quick. Just giving texture to the sauce. Put a little bit of parm on top, and there you go, our beef cheek ragu.
Beautiful. You did an excellent job putting that together. I helped very little. But let's head over to the table, see what else you have to offer, and most importantly, get a taste.
Awesome.
All right. I am salivating looking at all of this. These are the two dishes that we made, and then you brought out some extras for us. What do you have out here?
So here we have our romaine salad, then we have our star here, our house-made stracciatella, and this is another star from the restaurant. This is our Peruvian corn capelletti.
So while I take a bite of this, tell me about pasta.
So we opened right before pandemic hit, but it was they opened it. The owners are Juan Manuel Humbert and Janice Boraski. They're both Peruvians. They're a couple. One is the executive chef. So they started this concept of open kitchen, doing almost everything from scratch. Obviously, try to keep it casual. Try to keep it like for everyone to cost it as well.
I'm gonna have to try our other work here.
This one's my favorite of everything.
It's such a perfect chew to it. Now, one thing we haven't talked about, which has got my eye over here. What the heck is this?
This is our pistachio di Bronte tart.
If people want to find out more about pasta, how can they?
You can go to our Instagram at Pasta US. For more information, you could go to our link in the bio.
Yeah, great. For classes too,
yeah,
correct?
for classes as well.
Excellent. Well, here we go for this. That's pretty cool. Well, I'll tell you what. Pasta is the perfect name for this place.
Yeah, I mean,
because
that's what we do.
the pasta certainly is a star, but the accoutrements you have along with it are excellent. Louis, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us, teaching us so much. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keep watching SoFlo Health. Do you ever wonder where your property taxes even go? Sometimes they go to a great cause thanks to organizations like the Children's Services Council of Broward County, where we are today. They help provide children across Broward County with things like housing, basic needs, after-school activities, and so much more, thanks to the people here doing the hard work, like Cindy, who we're about to meet. Let's go meet her and find out more. I'm now joined by Cindy of the Children's Services Council of Broward County. Cindy, thanks for having us in today.
It's my pleasure, Hunter. So nice to see you in person.
Yeah, it's great to be here. For everybody at home that's watching right now and doesn't know what the council is, what is it?
The Children's Services Council is a government agency created by the voters of Broward County September 5th of 2000. At that time, it was on their ballot to say, I'm willing to be taxed up to 50 cents per $1,000 of property tax for the purpose of helping Broward's children and families.
So it sounds a little obvious, but who is this for?
The Children's Services Council started out because of a crisis in the foster care system and in the juvenile justice system. We had almost 4,000 children in out-of-home care, also known as foster care, and 12,000 children being arrested each year. And so the very first thing that we did was do a request for proposals to put family strengthening programs on the street. There's now over $30 million a year in family strengthening programs. And then we have diversion programs for kids who may have had a brush with the law to keep it from destroying the rest of their lives.
Things like this and many of the nonprofits that you mentioned, we've had here on SoFlo Health before. The biggest battle for most of them is just letting people know that these are available, and then it's okay to reach out and take advantage of these services if you need them.
Absolutely. That is so important. There is no stigma behind these services. They are there for you. That is the whole point. And I really want to make sure that your viewers know about 211 Broward, because when they're trying to navigate, that is a great phone number or website to go to find the services that we're talking about.
If somebody's watching right now and they'd like to participate in any way, how can they? What are the different ways that they can get involved, and where can they get that information?
If they want to volunteer, and I hope they do, please go to Hands on South Florida. That's our gateway into volunteering. If you need services or you just want to understand where your tax dollars are going, go to our website and check it out. We are the most transparent government you'll ever see.
Wonderful. Cindy, is there anything else that we haven't covered here that you really want people to know about what you're doing here?
I just want people to feel proud that 26 years ago almost, they had the foresight to vote for this. We are doing great things with the money they entrust to us. Nearly 200,000 children a year are getting services. They're getting help, whether it be something as simple as a safe place to sleep, or it's intense services to help a parent who's having a challenge with a teenager who's really acting out. There are supports for them. No one has to do this alone.
Thank you so much for your time and for what you're doing here.
Thank you, Hunter. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You bet. Earlier, I mentioned that there are 2 different trails that you can take at the Barrier Island Trail at Dr. Von D. Mizell Eula Johnson State Park. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke, and there is a shortcut trail in case you're looking for a smaller jaunt in your, I guess a shorter jaunt is a better way to say it, and your trails out here. But come on, challenge yourself. Go for the longer trail if you do decide to come out. That's all for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed making pasta, going for a walk, and everything else we do here on this show. And guess what? We'll see you on the next week. If you want to catch previous episodes of SoFlo Health, you can do so on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health.
This has been a presentation of WPLG Local 10, the leader in local SoFlo programming.